Okay, dear all, this is a special session in the frame of our Come Together sessions we make all 2 weeks. You know that last Friday was a very special day. It was a day remembering the terrible start of the war, of the aggressions of Putin and his men behind to Ukraine. The consequences are many. There are thousands of dead and injured, destruction of cities, homes and infrastructure. And there are so a lot of refugees, about 28.6 million people have fled their homes, and they are now in all Europe or also in other continents. So the attacks of the Russian military has a lot of consequences, and we are very suffering with those who are really attacked and who are very involved in this war. But we know that we had also a lot of commitment in this year and a lot of solidarity. And so this evening we will reflect a little bit what had happened and what it means for Ukrainians, but we will also give a sign of hope and come together and commitment and the sense of togetherness, because this is what we need to help and to be solidary and to make also signs and hopes for a future. And so thank you for coming and thank you for following this session. And we will start with a song, and there will be a speech from Mrs. Erler and then also a speech from Karina Weidelzimmer from Odessa, and a lot of presentations, but we will have also contributions by music and poems, and all these contributions express the hope that we all have to have peace in the near future. So I ask Marina to present the first song.
Okay, first I want to welcome Elena Stefanov from Romania. She will sing a song which is called As Long as We Live on This Earth. And I would like to ask Anna to say a few words about the background of the song, and then Elena will start to sing the song. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Marina. I'm Anna Slibuț from Timișoara, and I want to say that Elena Ștefănuț from Cluj-Napoca has chosen this song because she likes very much the theme of the song, because it describes very well what is important for each of us: to have a country, a village, a faith, a language, and for each of these we must enjoy as long as we live on this earth, because the title of the song is As Long as We Live on This Earth. And some words about the poet of these lyrics. He was Nicolae Dabija, a writer, a literary historian and politician from Republic of Moldova, member of Romanian Academy, and he was the nephew of a Romanian priest who was deported to a Gulag camp in 1947. So, Elena, I give you the floor to you.
With you again. Cât trăim pe acest pământ, mai avem cruz, o câmpie, un sat natal, o clopotniță pe deal. Cât avem o țară sfântă și un nai care mai cântă, cât părinți mai există ceva sfânt, cât durează un cântec ce dispare, cât mai are ceva sfânt, vom trăi pe acest pământ. cât pădurile ne dă, mai avem viitor. Și e pace pe pământ, mai există ceva sfânt, cât luceafărul răsare și în cer e sărbătoare. Și e pace pe pământ, mai există ceva sfânt, cât durează izvor, un cântec ce dispare, cât mai e ceva sfânt, vom trăi pe acest pământ, cât avem
Ist das ja auch so verzerrt?
mai avem ceva sfânt, vom trăi pe acest pământ, cât durea un cântec ce dispare, cât avem mai sfânt, vom trăi pe acest pământ.
Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed all, nevertheless, this very nice song from Elena Stefanot. And now I will say that we are more than 50 people coming from Ukraine. A special warm welcome for those from Bulgaria, Romania, from Serbia, Germany, from France, from Italy, and from Great Britain. So we are an international community this evening, and I'm very happy about. And now I will ask our dear friend, Mrs. Gisela Erler, to make a small opening speech. A lot of you know her. She was a state minister in Baden-Württemberg, and she had a lot of functions, but one of her functions had been the Danube countries and the politics, and she supported us as Danube Networkers a lot in this function, and she followed us also in her time. It's pension time full of activities, and so I'm very grateful that she takes time this evening to be with us. Gisela Erler, the floor is open for you.
Well, thank you. Hello, Carmen. Hello, friends from all over, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, etc. All these countries that we were not so much in contact with until recently. What a year is behind us. Well, there was so much pain and so much destruction and violence. No one among us and no politician could have expected this only 2 years ago. So we have a new reality. But today, in this meeting, we want to share another side of this tragedy, which is there is unprecedented solidarity and empathy all over Europe, and especially in some countries, also Ukraine itself, by hundreds of thousands of people who are spontaneously helping, offering clothes, food, money, offering sometimes or often places to stay in Poland and Germany, especially many places to stay, and also their engagement in groups and networks. We have learned this is not a short-term event. We have understood there will not be weeks or months, but years ahead of us to deal with. We have had many rich experiences and strong networks, and we have learned a lot. But sometimes it seems too much for some people. Some withdraw. conflicts happen between helpers and refugees. Also among refugees, there are conflicts, and sometimes there is no trust. There are happy experiences, sometimes frustration or disappointment. Dear friends, this afternoon will show us again that our networks, our exchange, our coming together is the best way to give us the strength and the hope and ideas to deal with all these difficulties in the long term. Let us celebrate this, our sense of community and hope. But let me add something political. As you know, I have been a politician for a long time. We know from the governments that many problems are not yet solved. There is not enough room to live. There is problems with the schools, with finding employment, and many other issues. But we have seen and are seeing a very great effort by the local communities. Ulm, for example, where Carmen and her group are sitting, is a very active city, but many others are, by national governments, the German government, and also the European government, not only in terms of weapons and military support, but also in this extremely useful regulation that Ukrainian refugees have free access to work and live all over Europe and to travel between Ukraine and Europe. That is a totally new experience and political attitude, and no one would have thought this possible before this war. So I want to say, first I want to thank everybody, all levels, all people who are active, but also the many people in governments and administrations who are trying their best. And I hope that this will end not just with a victory, of course, for Ukraine, but also with a much stronger European Union. After all, one of the reasons for this war is that Ukraine wants to become a member of the European Union. And sometimes I want to make us also think of that political level and of freedom, of course, solidarity and freedom. And now let's stay strong together. Thank you.
Yeah, Gisela, thank you a lot for your encouraging words. Solidarity and freedom and the inclusion of Ukraine, our lived Europe. This is what we have, not only a vision, but also a wish, and we hope realization in not so far. But nevertheless, in this moment, we are not reaching peace and freedom, but we need solidarity. And so we asked Marina, it's up to you to present the next actor singing a song.
Yes, thank you, Carmen. So next up, we have Tatiana Paprika from Serbia. They have internet troubles, so I hope it will work. Tomislav, Tatiana, are you still in? Is it working?
Yes, I'm in.
Марина, много лошо чуваме, не знам навсякъде ли е така.
Sorry, what? Okay, so
very, very bad sounds. No good conversation, maybe. No good connection. Bad sound.
Okay. Can everybody hear me well or not at all? Okay, so I will go on. Tatiana will sing a song which is called For a Million Years in English, and it's from the year 1985, and it has an interesting background. Tomislav, could you say a few words about the song Tatiana will sing?
Yes. The Euroc mission was the group of performances from the former Yugoslavia who recorded the song For a Million Years In that way, they want to send support to Bob Geldof, who fought to help the hungry in Africa. And this culminated by Live Aid concert on July 13 in 1985. And for me, this song gives some hope, so I hope you're gonna like it.
Thank you so much, Tomislav. Tatjana, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Груба реч, ко врата тешка затвори, се пролазе. Kada dan ko kamen tvrd sruši se sa neba na tvoj nežni dlan. I noć u kojoj nema zvijezda caruje, u samoći sa svih strana strah te obuzme. Kad tmurno jutro osvane u tvojim tužnim mislima, kada kiše jesenje zamagle ti pogled ispred prozora, jer ruka traži te i želi da ti da dođe nežnosti za bar milion godinina. Nikad ne boj se s tom neko je, ko želi ljubav da ti da, de od svog toplog sna. Nikad ne boj se, ljubav jača je, deca u nama znaju sve, pravi put u nove sne. Kada strasne burne zaprete da razbiju tvoj mali brod, kada reči isture pokušaju da nađu izgovor, ruka traži te i želi da ti da nežnosti za bar milion godina. Nikad ne boj se, s tobom neko je, ko želi ljubav da ti da, deo svog toplog sna. Nikad ne boj se, ljubav jača je, deca u nama znaju sve, pravi put u nove sne. Thank you.
Tanya, thank you a lot for your song and also for the content in. And I know that this song is very important for you in Serbia. Perhaps it can be a sign also of hope for all of us. Thank you very much to Tatjana Petrika from Vršac, Serbia. For the moment, we are more than 60 persons in. Some screen are more than one person, two or more, and coming from countries. And we are very glad about to be united by online this week. Was this very important remembering of the start of the war, of the aggressive war in Ukraine. And now I will present you a special guest. It's Karina coming from Odessa. Karina Weigelzimmer is a teacher, and she experienced online teaching from the first moment of the war. And until now, she is very engaged in this part, but she's also a journalist, and she wrote with others a diary of the war. And I was taken in contact with her, and I was very impressed of this diary and the experience she noted, or sometimes when she wrote to me that, oh, I'm on the floor, or I'm the calf, or so on, there is bombardments. And so I was, how to say, I felt the situation in which people are. And so we asked her this evening to read a small text about 1 year after the start of the war. She is speaking excellently German, but not English. She understands a little bit, but she doesn't speak. And so I will speak some words to her in German, and then she will make her lecture in Ukraine, and all translators have the text and can translate very expressive text and important text in your different languages. Leo, würdest du bitte mal die Carina einblenden? Hallo Carina.
Hallo Carmen, vielen Dank für die Einladung.
Ja, ich freue mich sehr, dass du gekommen bist und auch, dass das mit der Technik klappt. Es war nicht sicher. Ja. We had not been sure to be connected this evening, but it's functioning. Vielen Dank, dass du da bist. Ich habe dich gerade angekündigt.
Ich habe verstanden.
Hast du verstanden, ja. Und ja, wir sind jetzt alle, glaube ich, sehr offen und auch sehr bewegt, wenn wir deinen Text hören, weil wir wissen, es ist nicht ein abstrakter Text, sondern es ist ein Text, der von jemand kommt, der mitten aus dem Kriegsgeschehen kommt. It's not abstract text from a person we don't know. It's a text from Carina living in Odessa in times of war. Thank you a lot, Carina, for speaking to us.
Okay, thank you. Зараз лютий 23-го, але іноді мені здається, що цей наповнений холодом місяць був із нами в Україні увесь рік. Коли 24 лютого я прокинулась від вибухів, то зрозуміла, почалась війна. В інтернеті я відразу ж знайшла підтвердження. Я отримала смс-повідомлення від свого колеги: Росія вторглась в Україну. Це що, жахливий сон? По всій країні почалась паніка. У моєму рідному місті Одесі магазини спорожніли, банкомати опустили. По всій країні довелося нормувати паливо. Багато хто вирушив у напрямку Молдови чи Польщі, а потім до Німеччини чи інших країн Європейського Союзу. Я відчувала себе паралізованою перші кілька днів після початку війни. Я не могла нічого робити, окрім як стежити за новинами. Моє життя перевернулося з ніг на голову, поки я не зрозуміла. Якщо старого життя більше не існує, мені потрібне нове. Але як побачити світло в темряві? Перш за все, не варто відразу панікувати, треба перебрати абсолютно всі сценарії і шукати відповідного рішення. Ми тоді обговорили це складне питання в моїй родині і вирішили, що будемо залишатись якомога довше. Альтернативою було б спакувати життя у валізу і втекти. Але що я могла б взяти з собою? Моє життя, мої друзі, мій дім і мої почуття не вміщаються у валізу. Крім того, я не хотіла залишати свою країну в цій складній ситуації. Звичайно, були дні, коли я плакала від відчаю, але до сьогоднішнього дня я не шкодую про своє рішення. Нова українська реальність виявилася жорстокою. Вона була позначена особистими відстійними страхами, загиблими і пораненими людьми. Але водночас завжди були моменти надії. Я ніколи не думала, що люди в моєму місті будуть настільки сильними. Деякі із них приєдналися до українських збройних сил чи до територіальної оборони. Багато волонтерів було на інформаційному чи IT-фронті, інші надавали притулок невідомим людям, здавали гроші та кров, організували допомогу нужденним. Ми стали згуртованою спільнотою. Багатьом вдавалося впоратися з раніше немислимими викликами. Мені теж. Але іноді, коли я бачила біль і страждання, або коли читала жахливі новини, я думала, що більше не витримаю, не зможу витримати. Це сталося, наприклад, коли я розмовляла з молодою дівчиною з Маріуполя, яку зґвалтували російські солдати. Коли я отримала смс від подруги, що її син загинув на фронті. Коли на мій день народження Росія обстріляла Одесу, а моя знайома загинула у багатоповерхівці разом з чоловіком та маленькою дитиною. У такі дні мені хотілося опустити руки і поїхати, а потім я завжди згадувала, що я потрібна тут, тому що я журналіст і викладач, знаю кілька мов. Марення Путіна про те, що він захопить Україну дуже швидко, не здійснилося. Але скільки руйнувань і страждань ця російська війна вже принесла нашій країні. Мільйони людей втекли, тисячі загинули, ще мільйони змушені переживати зиму в найжахливіших умовах, втрачаючи своїх близьких, позбавлені найнеобхідніших речей, розуміючи, що в будь-який момент вони можуть загинути від ракети. Деякі назви міст закарбувалися в колективній пам'яті: Буча, Харків, Херсон, Маріуполь, Бахмут. Це 12 місяців, ще 12 місяців тому ці місця були абсолютно невідомі багатьом за межами країни. Тепер вони як символи і як нагадування про численні російські військові злочини, про запеклі бої, важкі поразки, але також і про радість визволення, як у Херсоні. Вже рік наші захисники героїчно борються проти російських загарбників. Зараз на Донбасі точаться запеклі бої. Стає все більш очевиднішим, що Путін мріє завоювати Україну повністю. І для цього йому підійдуть абсолютно будь-які засоби. Якщо його військові операції більш не приносять очікуваного успіху, як це виглядає зараз, то він переходить до тероризування цивільного населення і змушує його страждати ще більше, бомбардуючи інфраструктуру. Війна має і позитивний побічний ефект. Країни Заходу раптово повернулись до цінностей, на які вони покладаються, але які часто підтримують лише наполовину. Виникла нова об'єднаність держав, багатьох людей. Вони розуміють усі загрози з боку Росії і підтримують Україну у вигнанні агресора. Вони усвідомили, що ця війна – це захист універсальних цінностей, невід'ємних прав людини, таких як свобода вираження поглядів, рівність перед законом і навіть верховенство права. У мене немає жодних сумнівів, що ця війна закінчиться погано для Росії. Питання лише в тому, коли і якою ціною. Програна війна означатиме для України не лише втрату суверенітету, але й знищення цілого народу. Тому ми не можемо дозволити собі програти цю війну. З 24 лютого ми бачимо, ця війна змінює все. Вона змінює політику, вона змінює наше життя, вона змінює нас як людей. Але наше бажання, як українців, знову бути вільними і залишатись вільним не зміни. Дякую.
Dear Karina, what to say after such a speech?
Sorry.
Was soll man sagen nach so einem Text, nach so einem authentischen Bericht von Erleben eines Kriegsausbruchs und eines Kriegsverlaufs? What to say if we hear such a story about war and also the consequences of this war? Am Freitag haben wir alle in allen Ländern gedacht an den 24.02. Also hier in Ulm gab es auch mehrere Veranstaltungen von den Ukrainern selbst und von auch anderen Organisationen. Und wir haben das gespürt, was Gisela Erler vorhin gesagt hat, nämlich, dass wir viel Leid erleben müssen und hören, aber dass es auch gute Erfahrungen gibt, die Erfahrung des Zusammenhalts. As Gisela Erler said, we heard in the last days, especially Friday, remembering of this day, that terrible event, but it consequences. But as we heard also from Gisela, and I think we feel it and we see it this evening, there's also a lot of commitment, a lot of feeling of togetherness and of hope for peace. And so I ask you, Karina, what is your feeling for the moment for living in Ukraine, in Odessa, in time of wars and hearing us speaking about? Was ist so gerade dein Gefühl, die du in Odessa im Kriegsgebiet bist und hörst, dass wir alle doch mit euch fühlen und alle auf Frieden hoffen?
Vielen Dank für die Frage. Das ist natürlich ein schönes Gefühl zu wissen, dass es Menschen gibt, die erstens an dein Land denken, die dein Land unterstützen. Und diese Solidarität spüren wir. Wir spüren diese Hilfe. Und ich glaube, ohne diese Hilfe geht es überhaupt nicht. Aber meinst du, ob wir die Solidarität spüren hier in der Ukraine, die deutsche Solidarität?
Zum Beispiel, ja.
Ja,
Just
klar.
ask Karina, what is your feeling now, hearing us suffering, but also supporting, but with the little signs we can give and we can do? And I ask if they feel in Odessa that we are so committed. Kommt das bei euch an?
Ja, natürlich. Ja, ich kann das nur wiederholen, dass wir das wirklich spüren und wir sind auch sehr, sehr dankbar dafür. Ich weiß nicht, wie man diese Dankbarkeit auch beschreiben kann. Aber ich habe das schon erwähnt, zum Beispiel als der Krieg begonnen hat, sind sehr, sehr viele Schüler aus unserer Schule in den Westen geflohen. Ich habe gespürt, wie Leute dort in Deutschland zum Beispiel sie empfangen haben. Ja? Dann habe ich gesehen, dass so viel humanitäre Hilfe in die Ukraine gekommen ist. Dann haben wir auch über die militärische Unterstützung gehört. Ja, es gibt immer wieder neue Informationen, ja, über die Unterstützung. Und wir sind sehr, sehr dankbar, natürlich.
So just to translate that Karina says that they are very grateful about what they are hearing and also seeing and having as support. And that she has also news from the pupils who are now refugees in some of our countries. And she is aware that they get a lot of help. And this is a good feeling in times of war to see that so many peoples are engaged to Ukraine or in the local area to give some help and also a sign of commitment and hope. Karina, möchtest du uns noch eine Botschaft mitgeben? Just a short message for all of us, if it's possible.
Ein Message, Botschaft. Naja, ich würde wahrscheinlich unser Motto sagen, dass wir für die Ukraine, dass wir nicht aufgeben sollen. Und dass wir, ich habe es schon gesagt, wir dürfen uns nicht leisten zu verlieren. Das ist die wichtigste Botschaft, weil wenn wir verlieren, verlieren wir unsere Kultur, wir verlieren unsere Identität. Und außerdem, wenn die Ukraine verliert, ja, dann werden wir einen sehr wichtigen Teil der europäischen Kultur verlieren. Und das ist sehr wichtig, glaube ich, zu verstehen. Und das ist meine Botschaft. Und ich verstehe auch, dass viele Leute jetzt kriegsmüde sind. Bin ich auch manchmal. Aber ich kann leider die Nachrichten nicht ausschalten. Ja, ich bin mittendrin. Und deswegen bitte ich alle, seid nicht kriegsmüde. Wir brauchen sie. Und wir hoffen, dass wir uns bald eine Konferenz, dann keine Online-Konferenz, eine normale Konferenz in der freien Ukraine dann machen können, nach unserem Sieg.
Dankeschön, Karina. This is, we have to do all for not to forget and not for disappear, for not to lose our courage. So important to struggle, to battle for culture, for cultural identity, for so whole Ukraine, what it is in the whole, in past and what it is now. And it's also important not only for Ukrainians, it's also very important for all Europe. Is in the middle of this war, and that sometimes she is tired. But she asked all of us not being tired to being a war and continue to believe and to do something for to have at the end a community, continent of, and the possibility to meet us in conferences, online and in presence, in a normal way, and with a lot of, how to say, friendship and a lot of understanding. Thank you very much. Vielen, vielen Dank, Karina, dass du uns diese Worte gegeben hast und uns auch ermutigst, nicht aufzuhören, nicht müde zu werden, not to be tired.
Danke. Thank you very much.
We will continue. Thank you, and you will be with us also in the next hour. We will continue with a song from Gabi, and I think it's a very good song now, hearing these problems, these terrible problems.
Yes, hello to everybody. It's so lovely to see you all. I'm going to sing a song from the Netherlands. It's a church song, it's a hymn, and it's from Huub Oosterhuis. Huub Oosterhuis is a very famous songwriter, and the song is called Die Steppe wird blühen. It's a quote from Jesaja. You know, Jesaja, the Old Testament prophet, and it's the claiming for Zion, the claiming to be free, the claiming to get freedom in the middle of the war, because Jesaja lived during a wartime. So this song, this hymn, is a sign for freedom, and I love to sing it for you. Erste Folie. Die Steppe wird blühen, die Steppe wird lachen und jauchzen. Die Felsen, die stehen seit den Tagen der Schöpfung, stehen voll Wasser, doch dicht, sie werden sich öffnen. Das Wasser wird strömen, das Wasser wird glitzern und strahlen, Durstige kommen und trinken. Die Steppe wird trinken, die Steppe wird blühen, die Steppe wird lachen und jauchzen. Verbannte, sie kommen mit leuchtenden Garben nach Hause. Die gingen im Traum Trauer bis zum Ende der Erde, hinauf immer allein. Vereint kehren sie wieder, wie Bäche voll Wasser, wie Bäche voll sprudelndem Wasser, brausend herab von den Bergen. Mit Lachen und Jauchzen, die säten in Tränen, kehren wieder mit Lachen und Jauchzen. Der Tote wird leben, der Tote wird hören und leben. Zu Ende gegangen, unter Steinen begraben. Tote, Tote, steht auf, es leuchtet der Morgen. Da winkt deine Hand uns ruft deine Stimme, ich öffne Himmel und Erde und Abgrund. Und wir werden hören und wir werden aufstehen und lachen und jauchzen und leben. Da winkt deine Hand uns ruft deine Stimme, ich öffne Himmel und Erde und Abgrund. Und wir werden hören und wir werden aufstehen und lachen und jauchzen und leben. Slava Ukraine.
Herzlichen Dank. Thank you very much, Gabi, for this encouraging song with this really touching poesy. I see that we have one of our old in the sense of cooperation, old friends with us, Lesja Loiko. Lesja, do you hear me? You are in? Lesja, I saw her some minutes ago. Ah, here she is. Oh, it's so fine to see you again. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, but can you hear me?
Yes, very
Okay,
good. Yes.
Good.
Lesja is a colleague. She is director of an organization, Forza. Perhaps you can explain a little bit what it is. And we are knowing us each other since some years, and we had been also in Ulm, in the Donau Festival and so on. And we had been also in touch in the last months. And we know that you are with your organization and also personally very engaged to help refugees in Uzhhorod, where you are coming from. But you started also with others some campaign with bicycles. And so please let us know a little bit where you are now and about this campaign.
Yes, thank you very much, Carmen, for this opportunity, and appreciate the time all our participants dedicate to this session of support and solidarity with Ukraine. As it was mentioned by Ms. Gisela, I also had a fortune to meet her. It is so important, the support that we get in all senses, with military aid, with humanitarian aid, and also with such touching and important moments like today, where we can share the feeling and feel your warmth to us. I would like to share my screen for a few slides. As Carmen mentioned, I come from, give me a second. I come from Uzhhorod, which is on the western part of Ukraine. We were fortunate that we had only one missile last year, but mostly our place is safe. If you can call any place safe in Ukraine. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So today, as Carmen mentioned, I would like to talk about the campaign called Bikes for Ukraine. We 6 NGOs from Ukraine last May joined our forces when we learned that how important bicycle might be in an area which suffered from bombing and from missiles, and sometimes the bicycles were just lifesavers. People used bicycle to move around, to transport goods, you know, to visit relatives, to go to feed the animals, and sometimes just to escape. Some people found their last minutes of life also on the bicycle. When we learned this, when the public transport was interrupted, where there was no fuel, we decided that we need to make an effort. So, you know, people in Ukraine who doesn't serve in the army, they do what they can to support those who are in most need. You see on the slides the names of the cities and towns that were heavily destroyed after the Russian aggression. And so in last May, we started a campaign, Bikes for Ukraine, the aim of which is to collect bicycles and money and give it to volunteers who provide humanitarian aid to those people who are in need, and also to critical services workers. Why it is important? You know, in those places that were bombed, elderly people remained, some people couldn't move. So the volunteers used the bicycles to bring them the medicine, to bring food, water, especially to families with small children, people with disability, and so on. And we saw that, you know, the bicycle is important in those places, but also it is a very positive thing. People, when you see people on bicycles, you know, it's gives some optimism and energy. So to report you where we are right now, these slides are for February. So in the last 10 months, we collected more than 1,000 bicycles. You see these little flags, and our main places where they went, the bicycles, were the places that were deoccupied or which were heavily bombed and where the public transport didn't work. So 1,000 bikes we provided to those who need, but also we got more than 2,000 requests. So we still have 1,000 plus requests that are not closed. We also collected 25,594 euros. We supported 39 communities, and importantly, we got 44 ambassadors of the campaign. The ambassadors are those who collect bikes in Europe and also in Ukraine, and transport them to us, and then we transport them further to those who need them. Just to share with you a few photos who got the bicycles. So these are medical workers from Kharkiv regions. These are also people from working in critical infrastructure, meaning those who work in electricity campaigns, or those who need to go and repair the water pipes and so on. Importantly, the policemen from Brussels provided 10 bicycles to a policeman in Chernihiv, and that was a very nice also act of friendship and support. Also, these are just social workers, those ladies on the slide who visit the elderly people and you know, bring them those things that I already mentioned. Yeah, medicine and some other things, you know, what they need. So really, this bicycle is a very good help. Yes, it's also in Chernihiv. This lady, she's in the military and was very happy to receive the bicycle. And just to sum up, you see our recipients. We started with volunteers, but then we also learned that, you know, medical workers, railway workers, and also children. We provided children bikes to the orphanages and houses for children, and really when they received them, they were very, very happy to get back a bit of the childhood, let me say this way. So how you can help us if you would be interested? You can collect and repair used bikes in your city and organize their transfer to Ukraine, or contact us. We can do that together. You can also buy new bicycles in Ukraine to support the economy, and we will also distribute to those who need the most. You can fundraise, and you also importantly can spread the word and network, connect us with those who really can help. And this might be just simple people like my friends from Norway who collected 50 bikes and brought them to Ukraine last May, or like the workers of the DG Move of European Commission who collected 400 bikes and also sent them to Ukraine. So share with businesses, industry, and just people the word, and we will be very thankful to you. Thank you, and once again, thank you for this floor and all your solidarity and support.
Thank you very much, Lesia. This was a very interesting speech you did, because you showed that it's an easygoing, effective project and realization to help people to contact or to help. Can you say us a little bit, it's so, Ukraine is so big, how you distribute all these bicycles and how you structure a little bit the work you do?
So we have created a website, and we posted an announcement, and those who wanted to apply for bikes, they need to fill in a form, a Google form, and then the information is collected in one place. We have a shared Google Drive. So we see where is the need, and then representatives of these 6 NGOs that I mentioned, they have, because we all are users of bicycles, promoters of sustainable mobility, so we have had contacts in Europe, so we have spread the word about this initiative. So when certain bikes are collected, we bring them to Lviv or to Kiev. Once they came through Uzhhorod to a storage room, and then from there we distribute the bikes to these NGOs who apply, to volunteers, hubs, and we do the paperwork, because it's also important that they we hand it over all the bicycles very transparently, and then they also report us with photos like we have seen on the slides. How do they use the bikes?
And just to be more informed, you say there are 2 possibilities. We can send bicycles, but we can also send money that you arrange and buy bicycles in the Ukraine context. What is the price of a bicycle? For example, to have an idea what you...
So we just recently, end of January, we announced a procurement procedure, a tender, and we also wanted to find the cheapest price for the bicycles we need, and it came out. So one bicycle is about 200 euros. We buy them in Ukraine from a Ukrainian producer. So we also buy this. So we are going to buy now 50 bikes. Additionally, we also buy and also seek for, I didn't mention, for lights as well, because it's important, safety is important. And also, I don't know how they are called, these things where you can put in things yes, some cargos thing that you can put stuff in, you know, to have easier, you know, to carry around. But I also wanted to mention that, yeah, we also look for spare parts, and so also we spend part of money for spare parts, because it's also important to repair the bikes if they are broken.
Thank you, Lesja. Thank you a lot for your information about this important project.
Just Carmen, for the last word, you see my last slides. I wanted to finish with this. So no doubt that we will get through this war. It is very difficult. It was just 1 year, and you know, to live through the moments of suffer of people is very painful. But we also believe on ourselves. We believe on people, on our army. So we also we not hope, but we know that the future of Ukraine is beautiful, and we will rebuild those cities that were bombed and suffered very much, and we will rebuild them in sustaining, not Soviet style, but you know, European style and sustainable manner, that they will be comfortable, people friendly. And we think that bicycle is also important in all this rebuilding Ukraine. So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lesja. I think that we all share your feelings and your hopes, and we will discuss about the possibility to support your project as we do with other projects. We are convinced that they have a good future and a good influence to help people and to support those who need it. Thank you very much, and we will be in touch. So this is one of the projects. We had a lot of information about projects made for the Ukrainians, especially for refugees in all our countries. And now you will have short examples. Really, it's only collecting some examples, because if not, we would stay here for hours. But I think these examples make clear that all people in Europe are very touched and very also hope to give in some way some support, and by this sign of solidarity. So Marina, you will present theta.
Yes, so now we will have a short presentation about what the Optimist Club from Ruse was doing during the last year. They were very engaged as well. And I want to welcome Svetlana Shenkova from Ruse, who will do the presentation tonight. And I'm very, very looking forward to what you will show us, what your last year was about. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Carmen, Marina, thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to see friends I saw last summer in Ulm. Hello, everyone. And ladies, Karina, Lesja, my whole respect to you and what you do. And compared to what you do there in Ukraine, what we do in Bulgaria seems so small, I would say, compared to your efforts, but we tried to do, and we are still trying to do our best to help with what we can do. And now, Marina, can you show the presentation, please?
Leo, kannst du teilen?
But while the presentation is loading, oh, okay. So everybody, this is our club. We are a really very small club in Ruse, Bulgaria. We are a SOR Optimist club. So last year, when all this horror started, we were just 8 women, but we 9 women, sorry, 9 sisters. But we quickly organized ourselves and decided that we could do whatever we can to help. You can show the next slide, please. Okay, so first we started raising money. We raised 700 euros. This was our own money. Also, we got support from our sisters from Norway, who also helped. And we also attracted donations from friends who are not so optimist sisters. And with this money, we started helping the Red Cross. So the Red Cross in Ruse was one of the organizations, one of the many organizations in Ruse that immediately started helping the Ukrainian refugees. We contacted them, and on daily basis we bought food, tea, coffee, whatever they needed for their points at the border, because this is where they were all the time, at the border with between Romania and Bulgaria. And this is where the refugees first entered Bulgaria if they traveled from Romania. After that, we started, in addition to buying different supplies, we also decided that we can help the people, the other volunteers who worked together with the Red Cross, and we started. You can show the next slide. Oh, okay. So here you can see also what we bought with the money. We bought pillows, also bed sheets, and also different supplies like towels, sorry. And we so part of this we donated to the Red Cross. Part of this we donated to Caritas. This is the organization of the Catholic Church, and who were also very active in Ruse. And we did this on continuous basis. We started in March, and we also did this in April, and after that in May. You can show, yeah. Okay, this is what I started talking about a minute ago. So all our sisters were on duty at the border. We helped the people from the Red Cross. We also were at the central railway station. So I think sometime in March, a lot of refugees started entering the country by train. And so then we went to the railway station to help the Red Cross. And you can see that all our sisters, 9 sisters at that time, we volunteered 140 hours altogether from March till May. Then the summer came, and there weren't so many refugees, but by that time we had already established contact with one family, the Shevtsov family. This is how we call them. So this family consists of one mother with her 4 sisters. Also, there were some relatives, another family where one of the parents and the mother are, they have serious health problems. Their daughter also is with them. So these people are still in Ruse, and we help these people. We helped them. We still help them. So our club is part of 10 clubs in Bulgaria, and our federation gave us money, and with this money we bought shoes for all the people. We bought 10 pairs of shoes when the winter started. Also, we organized lessons, Bulgarian lessons and maths lessons for these kids, because all of these kids go to Bulgarian schools. And so these lessons in Bulgarian language and in maths are totally free, because the teachers who give the lessons agreed to do that for free, just to help these kids. So the kids are getting ready for exams. They will finish school this spring, and we hope to help them prepare for the Bulgarian exams. So together with the lessons the online lessons they have with their Ukrainian teachers, they regularly go to school in Bulgaria, and we are very happy that these people really try to do whatever possible just to respect our culture and to comply with the laws of our country, and they have our respect for this, and we also help them happily with whatever we can. So at one moment, these people were living in the crisis center of the Caritas organization, but then they had to leave this place, and so they had to find a new place to live. Svetlana Shevtsova with her 4 kids went to the students' hostels. These hostels are for the students, for the university students of our university, Russia University, together with my colleague and friend and sister, Milena, who is here also in the meeting. So we helped them find this place, because it was a very difficult moment. So they had a very short notice to leave one place and find another place to live. But thanks to Milena, we organized this. Also, we help Svetlana Shevtsova and her kids pay the rent. I would also want to say that that Svetlana and the other people from the other members of this family, they also go to work in Russia. And so again, they have our respect for trying to do their best to support the kids and to try to organize the best life they could in a different country with our help also, and we are happy that we can help. Also, we collected money, we raised money, and we also bought pillows, sheets, friends donated fridges, whatever these people needed to start living in the new place. So this is what we are currently doing. Milena can probably join us for a short time to tell us that the Federation is also working on a project at the moment.
Dear
Milena?
Yep. Excuse me, but we have so a long list of other contributions.
I know,
but
I know.
I think we will do in March a special session about.
Okay.
Because we had so a lot of people who had been interested to show what they are doing, and an exchange of what we are doing is also very important. If you allow,
I tried to be as short as possible.
1 hour before we could stay here all tonight, but we are a little bit late.
Sorry.
No, doesn't matter. Thank you a lot, and I hope you understand that I interrupt.
Sure,
Milena,
no problem.
But we will continue to exchange our experiences. Thank you to Rose for your engagement and for making known that it's easy to do something if 9 women are ready to do something. Thank you very much. And we will ask now Romania, the optimist in Romania, Rodica or Maria Alexa, I don't know who is able to join us because there are problems by internet, it seems. Hello?
You are in?
Marina, weißt du, ob...
Maria was in.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I had some internet connection problems, but now they are solved, and I'm going to do the presentation from the Romanian Solar Optimist Union. This time it will be not just a club, but all of us have done up to today. Unfortunately, our job is not finished because the war is not finished. And we expect that things are going to be, unfortunately, even more difficult in the future. I'm waiting. Can I share my...
Yes, yes.
But something happened because I can't see you. It's post attendant. I don't know how to work with this post attendant. Generally, I have a green icon down and I'm just pushing it. What do I have to do now?
Leo, brauchst du Berechtigung
Do
zum
you want
Teilen,
me to
oder?
share the presentation?
Yes, I want to share my presentation because I want to change the slide according to the way in which I'm speaking. If it's possible. If not, I sent my presentation on February.
Yes, we have it. We have it.
Yeah. So it is more simple to have it like this. I have nothing against. I can cope in both with, oh, okay, thank you. As you can see, this is a presentation for the whole Union of Romania. And I choose this picture, which comes from one of our frontier points in the south of Ukraine, in the east of Romania, on the Danube. It's a very small town, Isaccea, with a Turkish name, which became famous during the war because they had to welcome a lot of refugees, and refugees coming by car and unfortunately some of them on foot. We may go on. I want to speak a little bit of our project. Push it again because the text will come. We confronted with a large number of refugees in Romania coming from different borders. Our sister in Cluj had refugees from the north. Our sister in Timișoara is a town quite close to the border. They had their refugees. We had it in Bucharest, in Târgoviște, almost everywhere. But from all the clubs in Cluj, Brașov, and Bucharest had the largest number of refugees to deal with. Very soon we were aware that we need a project for helping, and we had asked for support to our sisters in Europe and in United States. We received financial supports even from Japan, which was really fantastic. And due to this financial support, we were able to do a lot of things. Go on, please. Again, the main target. So when we have a project, we have targets. We wanted to offer, we wanted to help, and we wanted to support. We wanted to offer essential items because those people, some of them lost their luggage. Some of them came here in winter and spring was approaching. So we thought of a backpack, as you can see in the first picture, with clothes, hygiene products. We offered accommodation, medical and psychological support. And I want to stop a little bit on this topic because psychological support is very important. They were people who were separated of their family. They had a great trauma. No, they wake up in a very strange situation. They had to leave their country. They came to a country with a completely different language. And as friendly as we were not their home. Go on, please. And as I said, we wanted to facilitate the integration. When I speak about integration, I don't think that we want to them to avoid their habits, their way of dressing, or so on. But we wanted to offer support and to facilitate this integration for women, because try to imagine those women at home, they had grandmother, sister, somebody to help them with the children. Here they were alone with their small children sometimes babies. They had to do something for living. They were in a completely new environment. So we started with language lessons. They asked for Romanian and also for English lesson, because English was the language of communication. Speaking about school, in Romania, we have 3 different types of supports that we offer to Ukrainian children. And these types were designed by the Romanian Ministry of Education. So for some of them, they offered places where their own school, a private school, for example, in Bucharest, there are 2 private schools which are hosted in Romanian school, and they have their own lessons. Some of them attend Romanian classes, some of them attend bilingual classes, English mainly. But what is important is that they interact with Romanian children, and we try to offer to those children things that may suggest a normal life, like holidays, trips, and so on. What you can see in the second picture is a psychological cabinet where some women were attended and supported. It was a Ukrainian psychologist, because it's difficult to go to such a treatment and to speak in a foreign language. And our sister in Cluj were able to offer her financial support so that she should concentrate on her job with her peers. At the same time, we offer also medical support for some women who were in trouble. Cancers, for example, or people having trouble with their eyes, and as much as we could. Generally, they were sisters having a medical profession, and of course doing it as a volunteer. The last line, please, from the targets. To build a life of their own, yes. Unfortunately, we were aware from the beginning that the war will last. So they had to do something to live here as much as they could in normal condition, of course, without losing their identity, because this is very important. Now, they are Ukrainian, as much as we love them, but they are Ukrainian, and they should remain Ukrainian, and we should respect their own identity. Sometimes helping too much may lead to some confusion, and we pay a lot of attention to this aspect. Go on, please. We had 3 stages. The first one was the fundamental needs, is what you see in these pictures: clothes, medical attendance, school. I should add to this also the fact that in Brașov, for example, they received, with the help of the town hall council, some apartments, but those apartments were empty. So our sister from Brașov had to help them with simple things like sheets, dishes, cleaning powder, a lot of things that we need in a house. The second one was more concentrated on education. We tried to help children and even their mothers to find a job, and to learn the language in order to find a job, or if they needed some courses and so on. And the third stage, which is actually the stage that we are in, is education and cross-cultural communication. We try to celebrate with them important holidays like Easter and Christmas, but also some of their national holidays or some of Romanian national holidays, just to inform them why they have banking day, why they don't go to school, because it's a holiday. Look what holiday it is. Yes, we should go on the next slide, please. Here again, you can see the first stage, fundamental needs. And you can see the backpacks, the way in which we did it. It was not as simple as it looks, because we had a budget and we wanted to do as much as possible from this budget. We thought that the backpack is always something that we can work with, and we need it. And we had to, in this stage of the project, everybody received the same thing, the same items. So this again was a problem to find 30, 40, 50, I don't know, deodorants and things that are alike. Or another problem, it looks very simple, but you know, life is made out of simple things. We bought them clothes, and we imagine how they look like, and we said this is S, this is M, and this is L. But sometimes it was not enough S, because they were young mothers and they looked very beautiful. On the picture on the back here, we were in the botanical garden when we offered to a group of refugees the backpacks, but at the same time we also celebrated the 1st of June. It was not exactly the 1st of June, it was the end of May, but it was a possibility to bring those children in a sunny and beautiful place, because they were living in student hostels, and you can imagine a family with 2 children living in one room. It was quite difficult. You should see those children running and yelling and playing in nature, and seeing the leaves and the trees and the flowers and so on. It was very impressive, no? Simple things that children do everywhere. For me, it was impressive to see those Ukrainian children being so happy to be out somewhere. We should go on to the second stage, entertainment and education. We organized art session, drawing or modeling or so on, because art has an international language. And this part of the project took place just in some clubs in Bucharest, Craiova, and Cluj, where we have sisters which are generally implicated in artistic activities. The second one shows some entertainment activities, holidays, trips that we did with those children. And now please, the next slide. Cross-cultural communication. This is language and robotics. No? The Japanese offered us the support for working with 3D printers and robots, and it was fascinating for the children. And once again, technology as art has an international language. And the last slide now, please. I choose this photo, which was taken in a botanical garden, because it shows a large number of people. And you can see the children and their parents, and some of them are quite small, as you can see, happy in a very nice environment. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, and thank you to your sisters. You are so engaged, and it's good to see that a lot of refugees of all ages can take profit of your activities. As I said, we could continue to speak, but I think we have the idea and some good examples, and that give us hope and a good feeling. Now I would like to ask a contribution from another part of Europe, from Italy. There will be a poem performed by Giovanna Fradonado.
I am very happy to be with you in this meeting for peace of Ukraine. I read a little poem for little hope of people Ukraine. I read in Italian, Isabella, I read in English. Prendi un sorriso, regalalo a chi non l'ha mai avuto. Prendi un raggio di sole, fallo volare laddove regna la notte. Scopri una sorgente, fa bagnare chi vive nel fango. Prendi una lacrima, posala sul viso di chi non ha mai pianto. Prendi il coraggio, mettilo nell'animo di chi non sa lottare. Scopri la vita, raccontala a chi non sa capirla. Prendi la speranza e vivi nella sua luce. Prendi la bontà e donala a chi non sa donare. Scopri l'amore e fallo conoscere al mondo. Mahatma Gandhi. Isabella? Isabella?
Hello. First of all, I want to say that it's a joy, but above all a duty for me to be here with the different European countries to express our solidarity for Ukraine and to let the belligerents understand, know that we want peace for Ukraine, but also for all the other people that are in war. Now, what is better than a poem what is better than a poem by one of the most famous apostles of non-violence, a man that has always fought without weapons and without opposing violence. This is Mahatma Gandhi, and as Giovanna has said, his poem is "Take a smile." Take a smile, give it to those who never had it. Take a sunbeam, let it fly where the night rains. Discover a source, wet those who live in mud. Take a tear, lay it on the face of those who never cry. Take courage, put it in the soul of those who don't know how to fight. Discover life, tell it to those who don't understand it. Take hope and live in its light. Take goodness and give it to those who don't know how to give, discover love, and convey it to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. E brava for impegno of Carmen for Ukraine. Brava, Carmen.
Thank you very much. And
Brava.
this was a very nice poem. Marina, up to you.
Thank you very much. Now we will go to France, and we will have a short insight from Vincent and Marie-Madeleine from France. The floor is yours. Bienvenue.
Okay, we are ready. Yes, it's just a little point of view through some articles in the newspaper, local newspaper. So it will be short. You can stop me in 4 minutes. So on Saturday, the 26th of February in 2022, of course, like everywhere in the world, demonstration of solidarity with Ukraine against the Russian invasion. It was a big emotional shock for everyone. And we were about 300 in van. The solidarity movement was starting, and like in Romania, Bulgaria, we had we are together to collect clothes, for example, and then we got in touch with Castelou, or a sister town in Romania. It was the next slide. Oh. Next, yes. We have a discussion, and we have convergences, of course, and similar reaction with strong affairs in Romania, of course, because of the closer danger. It was Castelou is near Constanța, so they had inter-ethnic and inter-religion solidarity. For example, they said they feel protected by their belonging to the European Union and NATO, and we can see just an example. Metin, who is living in Castelou, and originally from Crimea, head of Tatar community, relays the call of United Cities to support Ukraine and mobilize town halls. With the Imam of Castelou, they chartered 6 cars for Turkey and called the Orthodox Pope to participate. So next slide, please. In Van, on Saturday, March the 2nd, there were a little more people, 400 people gathered in support of Ukraine. And just next slide. In Van, Anastasia, so close and so far from Ukraine at the same time. I met Anastasia in my French lesson. She is a young Ukrainian woman, and I asked her to speak during our demonstration. It was I suppose the 9th of March, and she spoke with emotion about her family, about the situation, about her parents living with the daily sound of alarm, of sirens in their city. What is new, she said, is that the conflict may last. You must not be indifferent or get used to what is happening there. You must not stay in your bubble. You must continue to talk about it. Today, Anastasia has obtained a resident permit and she works in the structured class where she had language lessons. So it's a good thing for her. Then next slide, please. Of course, there were many acts and welcome for accommodation in the country, and clothing drive with La Croix-Rouge and shuttle trucks. Ukrainian flag was everywhere, and Ukrainian anthem learned and sung in each city also. And the agglomeration of the country of Van voted for aid, like the Brittany Regional Council also. So we can go to the next slide, please. And now our concern is that even if we can meet every week on the port of Van, there is every week, every Saturday, a demonstration. But after being 400, we are around 30 sometimes, with as many Ukrainians as French. So at the call of the European movement and the House of Europe, except, of course, yesterday, on Saturday, we were more than 200 again. But it's a concern for us because the individual involvement is weakening now, and we think that it's important to mobilize citizens and to explain what it's happening. If you can go to the last slide, please. Just yeah, we have to stay present, and it's our concern. Our question is that we know that democracies are in danger and the values of the European Union are threatened, but we know that we have to support the defender of liberty because they are fighting for us, and we know they are fighting for us. So it's all for us.
Carmen, du bist noch stumm.
Excuse me. So thank you a lot for this contribution. It's good to see that also in France there are a lot of people, and especially you in Van, are concerned, still very moved by this war and also consequences. And you said what Karina said 1 hour ago. We have not been indifferent, and especially we have not to get tired. In Germany, in all other countries, I think after 1 year, people think, oh, it's always so heavy and so on, and we have other things, and we would like to do this and so on. But we can understand. And first, personally also, we would like to have a more joyful life, but this is the life of the Ukrainians in these days and of the refugees. And I think it's very, very important not to get tired and to be involved and to fight for the territorium of the independent territorium of Ukraine and the identity of Ukrainians, as they said. And this is concerning also the future of Europe. Thank you a lot. Now it would be up to me to say you what we are doing in Ulm, and really we do a lot, but I think it's quite late. And so I will just give you some ideas, and then in another occasion we can speak more about and how we handle it. Because I have to say, and Leo, please, you can give the first slide. You know that the Danube Networkers since 2008 are an educational network trying to be in contact and to bring people together and to know each other better and to bring more feeling of European consciousness. And so for us, it was quite, yes, it was, yes, thanks. It was clear when the war out that we had to do something. And we did something to send materials and aid and all the money to Ukraine. But we said, we are named friends since so long time. And if you say friend, it's not only for time where all is well and where are good feelings. You have to be friend also in times of distress and of needs. And so we decided to make beginning of March a very big initiative of Together in Ulm and go forward. I have not the time to explain in details, but just some impressions. Our initiative was a very big one, and it was together with those who are living in Ulm. Not only humanitarian help, this is needed at first, where to live and food and so on. But had been convinced that also it was extremely important to have communication, to have encounters and integration. So our aim was to bring together Ukrainians and Germans and other people living in Ulm. And we started with a restaurant which gave, the owner gave us the rooms, and we started the 18th of March with the first encounter, common meal, coffee and cake, but more important talks, exchange with the refugees and childcare and so on. And I can say it was not at the beginning because those who came are not speaking German, and we don't speak Ukrainian or Russian. And so we needed all our, all our possibilities, expressive possibilities, and we needed volunteers translating and so on. And each Friday we had such a meeting with a lot of people. And this was the beginning. And then we started, can you go forward? We had an email platform, an e-platform, online platform, and we used it to give information in German and in Ukraine, basic information for all those who needed it, the part of the refugees, but also the helpers. And meanwhile, this platform is also accessible in Ukraine. Weiter. And we began to organize a lot of activities, workshops and qualifications, and leisure activities and holiday programs, discussion groups and information events, working and interest groups, help for self-help, company visits, solidarity events and festivals and conversations and long language talent. I have to say that we had a lot of helpers, but we had also a lot of Ukrainians of all ages, very kind and very interested to understand where they are living and what they can do and so on. And so I will just show you 2-3 examples and then I will finish, but you can find the whole presentation on the website, as you will find all the poems and all other materials of this evening in our website. Some asked in the chat, can we get this poem or this song? You will get all the presentation and all the, but as every time you can also see the video of this evening. So Leo, just 2-3 slides in some impressions. You see, this is our motto, together in Ulm, with this sign, with this logo, and you will find it everywhere. And go forward. This is a very important thing we did since the beginning, support of self-organization of the refugees, because we said since the beginning, people who are coming are refugees, but they have behind them a full life and they are full of competencies. And we would like to take profit of these competencies. And so, because the language was a problem, we formed first groups by cooking, making music, making handcrafts and so on. And at the Danube Festival, you know, all that we have all 2 years, a big Danube Festival in Ulm. They made a stand and they sold handicrafts and handicrafts for humanitarian projects in Ukraine. And this was a start. In this period of 1 week, they get 4,800 euro, and it was given to 2 centers for traumatized children in Ukraine. And they continued later, and now it's more than 10,000 euro they raised for Ukrainians. And we look very clearly where we are, what we are supporting, and we know that this money will arrive for this purpose. We will give it. So, and just noch eins. So, you see here the stands, weiter. We made a big program for the summertime, and if you would like to have some inspiration what to do with adults and also young people, with a lot of association in the town where you are living, you are invited to have a look and also to be in contact with us. For us, it was a great honor that 24th of August, our Minister President of Baden-Württemberg took a visit to us, and he was very impressed by this instrument also, not only from the Germans, but for themselves. And that we try together to, we cannot solve the problem, but to make better the conditions of staying here, of living here, and to have friends and the feeling that you are not alone. This is what we try to do with a lot of activities, and I hope we will not be tired and that we will continue this second year of war. Thank you. So it's quite late, but I would like to ask someone who is important also for us winning. This is Gleb Yeromin. He's a student. He's coming from Ukraine, but currently student at Ruse University. And he is ready to give also contribution. And he, I think there was a lot of possibilities to present some song or poem, but he now decided to make us known a poem written by Lesia Ukrainka, and I ask now Gleb to say who is this person and why he selected this poem and to read it.
I would like to read you firstly greetings. Thank you for creating some great event like that. And I would like to read you Lesia Ukrainka's verse, Future, because Lesia was one of those authors who, like no one else, could understand us in this daunting situation. Also, she did not go through the horrors of the war. She suffered from a terrible disease, tuberculosis. And I presume that life with such a diagnosis is not a little easier, it's maybe even harder. Nonetheless, she kept her spirit. Sorry, I had an interruption. So I presume that her life was not so easy with such a diagnosis as tuberculosis, and nonetheless, she kept her spirit, her strength, and it seems to me that despite everything that happened, we still are capable to have a hope and faith in our future. Майбутнє залежить від тебе самої. Його забудуть, як забули минуле. Якщо в твоїх думках, у серці, в очах він не знайде ні підтримки, ні слави, якщо не здійсниш ти його зусиль, ніколи в житті не почуєш пісні, що розкаже про сміливе серце, що пересікло злиденні межі. А якщо вірним будеш своїм мріям і сміливо візьмешся за діло, майбутнє чудове і прекрасне, яке вітає кожну людську душу, стане для тебе радісною правдою, що ти ніколи не втратив віри і заради неї жив у світі і врешті-решт віддав своє життя.
So, I think it was very important to have this contribution, and thank you to you, Gleb, and to the Ukrainians who shared it with us. We are coming to the end of a long session, not long, but having a look on my clock, it's quite long. And you see that we are involved all because we are a lot of people quite now. We had been more than 60 coming from 9 countries because Slovakia joined us also. We are now 55. That makes known that for many, many people in this frame, it's very important to be connected and to have the same feeling and the same desire for peace and freedom. I would like to finish this session with 2 very nice things which give us hope. The German Catholic, Protestant Church distribute, can you see it? Can you see it? No? What I can do is these are seeds for to have sunflowers and cornflowers as the expression of hope. You know, in Ukraine, sunflowers are very important, and you know that the colors of Ukraine are blue and yellow, and it was a very nice sign. And we have now this, you hear it, these seeds, and we would like to send to you for the persons who like it to have seeds. And now it's too cold to sow it, but at the end of April, that we can everywhere sow the seeds, and then 2 months later we will see everywhere seeds in our flowers, cornflowers and sunflowers, a sign of hope and community and togetherness in our countries given by the Danube Networkers and friends. So this is what I would like to present to you. And if you write to us, we will send you that thing, and you can can communicate also this sign of hope and togetherness to others. This is one thing. The other is a song. I'm very happy to present you a small song. I think you know it. It is a Hebraic song, Shalom Aleichem. It's very well known in, I think, in a lot of countries. And we have with us a teacher, Marina Spodareva. She is really great. And she has in a school a class with migrants coming from a lot of countries and also countries who suffer a lot. And for us and for all this people sing a song now or made a video of the song. Wir wünschen Frieden. We wish peace. Peace for all people, all the world. And we would like to come to the end with this wish. We want to have peace. And the melody is quite simple. And we would like to ask you to translate. We will send you the small text to translate it in your language on the base of the music. We send you the notes, and that we in some months we can sing in all our languages the song of peace. And now I ask Leo to bring this small video. They sang it also in Afghanistan and in Turkish and in different languages they are coming from. But for us, we hear now the version in German. Thank you, Martina. Say to your pupils, it was amazing to see that they are singing for all of us this song of peace. And I will ask, come to an end, that Gabi is singing. And here you see the melody. The original version is Have a Shalom Aleichem. And you see it's existing right now in German and in English and in Français, en Italiano. But we hope to have a version in all our languages because we need all peace in the world and wish peace in the world for all of us.
Leo, kannst du es größer machen? Bei mir ist es ganz klein. Okay. Könnt ihr das richtig sehen?
Den Text, die Melodie nicht. Aber wir schicken sie.
Hebeno Shalom Alechem, Hebeno Shalom Alechem, Hebeno Shalom Alechem, Hebeno Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. Wir wollen Frieden für alle. Wir wollen Frieden für wollen Frieden, Frieden, Frieden in der Welt. May there be peace in the world. May there be peace in the world. May there be peace in the world. May there be peace, peace, peace all over the world.
Danke, Gabi. Thank you very much. And let us come the end with this hope. We wish to have the text is sometimes a little bit different, but it's always expressing we want and we need to have peace in the world. We, all of us. Thank you to all of us coming this evening to this session. I thank the actors, especially Mrs. Erler and Karina Weichel-Ziemer, and all the others with the presentations, by presentation, songs and poems. And I thank a lot to the translators. This was a big work this evening. And I'm really happy to see that we have translation in 7 languages, and it's international. It's really great. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help. And I thank also Leo, and especially thank to Marina, who prepared with me this session. Thank you to all participants, and let us see again who is interested, and I hope there will be a lot of you. You're invited to come with us on Tuesday, the 21st of March. We will have a session about Ukraine, and we will continue, and you will have also the possibility to speak, because today it was more to hear, and we will send you an invitation, and we will continue. We will continue wherever we are, and whatever we had to do to give a sign of hope and of solidarity and peace. Thank you for this evening.
Thank you, Carmen.
Brava.